Channel membership is live. Join the comic book mafia. Today, we're going to talk about the first appearances and key issues for the greatest day of the week. New Comic Book Day, January 19th, 2022. It's a big week for the big two. A lot of great books coming out this week. That and a whole lot more coming up next. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr, and this is the Small Town Collectibles YouTube channel. So before I get into talking about the first appearances, the key issues, and all the great covers coming out this week, I want to ask you, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do that now. Hit that subscription button, turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out new content, smash that like button, and hang around to the end of the video to find out what comment to leave to be registered for this week's giveaway. All right, with all that out of the way, let's jump into our first category, which is our covers. And the first cover up this week is from DC, and that is Detective Comics number 1049. This is a cover by Irvin Race. Now, this is a cover featuring the Huntress, where the Huntress looks like she's having a bad day. But I absolutely dig this cover. It's very realistic. And when I saw it, flipping through the covers, it immediately stood out. Knew I had to add it to the covers list this week. So that's your first cover, Detective Comics number 1049. Our next cover is Aerosmith, Behind Enemy Lines number 1, the cover B variant by Dave Johnson. Now, we'll talk about this book a little later in key issues, but this is another one. When I saw the cover, it immediately stood out. And the story is kind of based on the premise, it's set in World War I. And there are dragons and wizards and all kinds of other things that are fighting with the military in the war. And so that's what this cover depicts. It gives you that World War I look. You got the soldier with the dragon sitting on his shoulder. That is an absolute cover buy for me this week. Can't wait to get that one in the PC. Then our last two covers come from Marvel this week, and the first one is Hulk number 3, the cover B variant by David Nakayama. Now, this is a homage cover, the one that's known to everybody from Incredible Hulk. Absolutely love these when I see them, and I love this one as well, that green background. Just absolutely dig this book, and this is another one that I have to add to the PC. And our last cover this week, and a book that I'm really looking forward to reading, Silver Surfer Rebirth number 1. Now, this is the cover G incentive by Alex Malave. This is, like I said, an incentive cover. I saw it over on Midtown for $85, but I absolutely dig this. And I'm not even really sure what's going on here. It kind of appears that Silver Surfer has hit the water. You see his board below him, and he's starting to rise back up towards the light. But absolutely gorgeous cover. Love this one as well. Now, that price tag will probably keep me from buying it right away. It's probably one I'll hold off on, see if I can find it on eBay or a secondary market for a little cheaper price. But for now, for this covers list, absolutely dig that one. All right, guys, that is it for our covers today. Let's jump over to our second prints. But before we do, I want to shout out channel sponsor IRF Authentics. If it isn't signed, it isn't complete. Their January box sold out this past Saturday within like 15 minutes. It's crazy. They'll have another box come out probably in another couple of months. But in the meantime, go over to IG, follow them. They post a lot of cool stuff, and they'll also be posting all the boxes that they sold. They post the contents of those boxes over the next couple of weeks as they start getting open. So yeah, go check out IRF Authentics. All right, let's jump into our second prints. First one up, Apache Delivery Service number 1. This is the cover C second print by Ben Dewey. The very first issue of this, when it came out, I read it and I really liked it. It definitely caught my attention, and it must have sold out reasonably quick because you already got a second print of it. So Apache Delivery Service number 1, second print out this week. Then we've got a couple second prints for Black Panther number 1 that came out roughly a month ago. You've got Black Panther number 1 cover J, and this is basically the same exact cover that came out, cover A when the book first came out. The Alex Ross cover, just in a black and white sketch variant. So absolutely gorgeous cover on that one. Then you've got the cover K second print by One Cabal, which is the design variant cover. So if you're a Black Panther fan and you like second prints, you got a couple there this week. And then wrapping up our second prints, it's kind of the same deal with Hulk this week. Hulk #1, cover O, second print by Ryan Ottley. It's a gorgeous wraparound cover. Basically, you got Hulk punching out the Hulkbuster suit. So very, very cool, very bright colors. Really dig that one. And then you've got the cover P incentive variant by Ryan Ottley, which is a black and white sketch cover. Really, really dope cover. Like that one a lot as well. Okay, that wraps up our second prints. Let's jump over into our key issues. First up from DC, we've got Batman the Knight #1. This book is a 10-part series that goes back and revisits the origin of Batman. So I think that'll be a fun book this week. Then we've got Black Manta #5. Now this title's been up and down for me, but you do in this book get the origin of the new character, Devil Ray. Probably one of my most anticipated books this week, strictly for male misogynist reasons. Catwoman #39. Catwoman goes undercover as a stripper. Enough said. Absolutely picking that up. Gorgeous cover A on this one as well. And then wrapping up our DC list, we've got Nightwing #88, that great Tom Taylor run. If you're not on that one, you need to check that one out. And in this book, we get the debut of a new Nightwing suit. Okay, that wraps up DC. Let's jump over into Marvel. First up, we've got Avengers #52. In this book, Starbrand and Brandy Selby appear as adults. So that's cool. Then you've got Ben Reilly's Spider-Man #1. This is a 5-issue limited series that explores an era when Ben Reilly was Spider-Man. Then one of my favorite titles out right now, Devil's Reign. You've got Devil's Reign Villains for Hire #1, which is an event tie-in featuring Wilson Fisk's Thunderbolts. Absolutely love that series. Chip Zdarsky's killing it. Then, of course, with the Disney Plus show on the horizon, you know you're going to get a comic book, and that is She-Hulk #1, Resurrection of Jack of Hearts in this book. Then we've got a new Silk book, Silk #1, and in this book we get a team up of Silk and Luna Snow. Then we've got, as I said earlier, one of my most anticipated books this week. We've got Silver Surfer Rebirth #1. This is a 5-issue limited series that teams up Silver Surfer and Thanos. Then we've got X Lives of Wolverine #1. I think this book sounds cool. It's a 5-issue limited series as well that has Wolverine visit previous eras of Wolverine in comic history. I don't know. I think that sounds fun. I like Wolverine. Like, I'm not a crazy Wolverine fan, but I think this sounds cool. Definitely going to check this one out for a read this week. And then wrapping up our list of keys for Marvel, we've got Death of Doctor Strange, X-Men Black Knight #1. And of course, if you're reading the Death of Doctor Strange series and the tie-ins with that book, you've got this one this week. All right, guys, next up is our indies, but before we move into those, got to shout out the other channel sponsors. First off, that Spider-Man booth, of course, the home, the $30 mystery box, and they're starting to have a great presence over on Whatnot. A lot of crazy deals over there. Go check them out. But what they're best known for, that mystery box, and the GP changes every week, and the current GP is Invincible #1, the Tyler Kirkham Omni-Man variant. Love that cover. Gorgeous cover. So go over there, grab you a box, chance to win that cool book. And then, of course, Street Level Hero LA. A lot of dope variants coming out each week. A lot of cool gear. This week, they had Star Wars Crimson Reign #2 exclusive cover by Tyler Kirkham. This amazing cover is on sale now over on the Street Level Hero app and the website. Go check it out. All right, now for the indies. Not a ton of indies. There weren't a ton of indies last week either, so kind of a slow start 2022 for the indie comics. But the books that are out this week I think are pretty solid. First up from Boom Studios, we've got Cursed Pirate Girl, Devil's Cave #1. Now, Cursed Pirate Girl was originally published in 2016, and this new story is just a continuation of that one. Then we jump over to Image, and we got a couple of books over there. And the first one, as I talked about earlier in the covers issue, or the cover section of this video, Aerosmith Behind Enemy Lines #1. Now, this is a revival of a series that first launched in 2003. In this book, the fantasy and war genres collide on the battlefield of World War I, where wizards and dragons fight alongside the military. Other than the title, Aerosmith makes me want to think of the band, Sweet Emotion, all that good stuff. I really kind of dig that concept of, you know, old-timey World War One, got dragons and wizards fighting with the military. I don't know. I just dig that. So definitely a pickup for me this week. And then wrapping up our indies for the week is Bolero #1. That is also from Image. In this book, the synopsis reads, a woman running away from a broken heart discovers a mother key to parallel universes with very specific rules attached. Those rules are, the key can work on any door. The mother will only let you visit 53 universes. Do not ask to speak to the mother, and never hop more than 53 times. I don't know. That sounds cool to me. Like, that has me intrigued. I don't know why, but it absolutely has me intrigued. And the fact that it's an Image title, I just feel like it's going to be good. So Bolero #1, definitely check that one out this week as well. All right, guys, that wraps up our key issues for the week from the big two and the indie companies. Before we move on to our first appearances, I do want to shout out my Comic Book Mafia member, Rob Stax Comics. Rob has been a friend for a while now, pretty much the whole time, I feel like, on this YouTube journey. He has a phenomenal channel. His kind of his origin story on his YouTube channel reads that he likes to grill. He's a big barbecue guy, loves good bourbon, and is a comic book guy. What more could you ask for? That's really why I shouted him out, because I read that and I was like, this is my guy right here. But he has great content. One of my absolute favorite videos to watch each week is his Mail Call Monday. Rob has a very cool style of collecting a lot of different things with covers, and then, you know, the silver keys, gold keys, just a wide variety of stuff. It's always interesting to watch what he picks up. The way he collects really speaks to me. He's also got a talk show that he does. Comes out every other week, called Sidekicks Talk Comics, where he jumps in and deals with issues that are affecting the comic book community each week. And then probably the show I feel like he's, you know, kind of getting best known for is on Saturdays. It's called Slab Hub. He and the comic vet Chris get together. Folks jump on there, show off their slabs. There's sexual innuendo. It's just hilarious. And this past Saturday, Tyler from Whack Comics was on there. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen because it tore Rob all to pieces. Absolutely loved it. Had the pleasure of meeting Rob at C2E2, and I have to say he was even better in person than he is on YouTube. So link him down in the description below. Go check out my dude and Comic Book Mafia member, Rob Stax Comics. All right, guys, let's jump into our first appearances. So first up, we've got Hulk #3, and this is the first cameo appearance of a new villain referred to as the Hulk's version of Null. So that can be huge. I mean, it may not be, but it could be. We know what happened in Venom when Null was introduced. It went back to those original Thor books. You could see something very similar happen here. Cates is kind of known for that sort of thing. Usually launches these issues off, and usually around issue #3. So definitely be on the lookout for that one this week. And then Silk #1, we have the first cameo appearance of an ancient witch who drains the life force from young people. That sounds scary. I don't know. That scares me. I'm tender. Then we jump over, and this is a first cover appearance, and that's Strange Academy #15. We've got the first cover appearance of Gaslamp. I think this is a book probably stay on the lookout for as well. Then we've got Venom, Venom #4, that Al Ewing run. First appearance of Carson as Spearhead, and second cameo appearance of Bedlam, revealed to be Meredith. And then wrapping up our first appearances list for this week from IDW, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #125, where you get the first full team appearance of the Punk Frogs in the TMNT mainstream universe. So TMNT fans, you got a first appearance this week. All right, guys, that takes care of it. That takes care of the keys and the covers and all those things this week. So what's left to do is to announce our giveaway winner from last week. Up for grabs is this Evil Ernie issue. This is #2, this Nevermind Nirvana variant cover. Absolutely love that one. And then this Jennifer Blood #5 Lucio Carrillo cover. Another gorgeous cover. Okay, and our winner is J80 Hobbies. Jay's comment this week: I'm still trying to find Animal Castle Looking forward to the Star Wars Eye of the Storm, anticipating Devil's Reign Superior 4. Congrats to the winner, hashtag Comic Book Mafia. So congratulations, J80 Hobbies. Hit me up on Instagram and my DMs, and I'll get your address and send these books out to you straight away. All right, and last bit of business is the giveaway for this week. Did something a little different this week. Just when I was in the shop, I saw these, and these are some books that I actually kind of wished I put on my covers list last week. Batman Detective Comics number, was that 1048? This sick cover, like I should have put this on the covers list and I didn't. When I first saw it, kind of creeped me out a little bit, the way that Harley looks there. But when I saw it in the store, I was like, I got to have that one. I got to give that one away. So I picked up a cover for myself and a cover to give away here. And then same book, but the Lee Bermejo cover. Absolutely love that one as well. I think that is gorgeous. So that is the giveaway for this week. Now, what do you have to do to win? Of course, you got to be subscribed to this channel. You have to hit the like button on this video. And then I want you to leave a comment below telling me what cover you're looking forward to most this week. There's a ton of good covers out with She-Hulk, the Hulk, that Wolverine book. I mean, like, there's just a ton of covers out this week that are pretty sweet. I could have done an entire list based on just covers. So let me know what cover you're looking forward to most this week with that hashtag Comic Book Mafia. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for coming over and hanging out with me for a little while on the channel. I really appreciate it. I feel very blessed to get to share my time with the comic book community. It's one of my favorite things to do. All right, guys, hope you have the greatest new comic book day ever. And you know how we end these things. Until next time.